What is going on, guys? This is Joseph Collin coming back to you tonight on the Big Fight Field channel with a NXT review. Wow. Tonight was a crazy night of professional wrestling with AEW and NXT. And tonight, I was originally supposed to be doing AEW for you guys, but plans have changed. Hopefully with no technical difficulties this time. June will be doing the AEW review for you guys tomorrow on Halloween, right before he watches Crown Jewel. And that means I was gonna do the NXT review tonight. And to be honest, NXT was a phenomenal show. I got a lot to go over in a short amount of time, so without further ado, let's just get into the review, man. So I got my little notes pad right here for what happened during the show, like the order of the matches and all that stuff. And we kicked off NXT with Io Shirai and Candice LeRae, a rematch from NXT TakeOver Toronto, where that might have been one of the most underrated women's matches of the entire year. I was about to go overboard and say most underrated matches of the year. But I'm gonna say most underrated women's matches of the year. But tonight on NXT, this is a really nice match to open the show, and it was a great match again. I believe it was. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I thought this was a great match between Io and Candice, with, again, back and forths. Candice almost pulling it out to get the victory over Io, but then once again, Io Shirai prevailed and got her second victory over Candice LeRae, which was huge for her. And before the match, Io Shirai got played to the ring by Poppy, the women rapper, and that was pretty freaking cool, man. That was a really good entrance from Io Shirai, and she's so over. Personally, I love Io Shirai. I think she's great for the NXT Women's Division, and she's easily top 5 best women's wrestlers in the world, in my opinion. Easily. After the match, Rhea Ripley came out and stared down Io Shirai, and they got into a little brawl before Io went to the back. But that was that for the opening match. Io Shirai defeats Candice LeRae in a really, really good match to open up NXT. We then had, if it wasn't for the Women's War Games match being announced, this would have been my favorite part of the entire night on NXT. Finn Balor only had a few lines to say. He first said, a few months ago, I was laying down for the so-called hottest act in the business just because he was wearing a mask. Finn Balor is referencing to Bray Wyatt, who he wrestled at SummerSlam and lost to in about 8 minutes. Well, now I am the hottest act in the entire business, which I believe is true, which is 100% true. And then the last line that I tweeted out that Balor said was, I'm not watching this business. This business is watching me. My God. My God. Heel Balor is what we need in NXT. And this is great. He challenged Johnny Gargano to a match at NXT TakeOver War Games. and those two are going to tear the house down, no doubt about it. A heel Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano at TakeOver War Games in Chicago. Take my money, man. Take my money. That match is going to be excellent, in my opinion. Excellent. And Finn Balor is probably going to get the victory in that. So, I just can't wait to see what they do with this next week. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but we had Bronson Reed versus Shane Thorne. And I'm not going to lie, while I was watching AEW, Santana and Ortiz were attacking the Rock and Roll Express and getting a lot of heel heat. So at that time, I really wasn't paying attention to Reed and Shane Thorne, but I saw the ending of it. Bronson Reed got the victory over Shane Thorne. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest Bronson Reed fan in the world. That's my opinion. I just think he's a little stale. Moving on from that, this was the highlight of the night. We had the Women's Tag Team Championship match with Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox. By the way, I love Dakota Kai. I think she's an amazing babyface. Versus the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. Now, before I go on to talk about the match, I had one problem with this. This was a very big match going into NXT tonight. You had the Women's Tag Team Championships being defended in NXT for the first time. There is no reason why you should have 2 commercials in a championship match. There's just no reason. You're taking away from the match to play a 3-minute commercial. 3 minutes of commercials. You're taking away from the entire match. Was the match good? Yes, I thought the match was freaking awesome. But next time, don't do 2 commercials. Do 1. Please. Please. Anyway, there's my commercials rant. Besides the commercials, this was awesome. All 4 of these women had a great showcase tonight. Asuka, Kairi Sane, Tegan Nox, and Dakota Kai. Nox and Dakota Kai, got themselves over tonight with the NXT crowd at Full Sail, so that was really nice. They were the babyface underdogs against the heels, the Kabuki Warriors, and it looks like they were going to pick up the victory over the Kabuki Warriors, but then the ref got distracted by Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai got spit in the face by Asuka with her green mist, which led into an insane elbow, and 1, 2, 3, the Kabuki Warriors retaining the Women's Tag Team Championships, and an awesome match. You gotta go back and watch it if you haven't seen it, because this was fantastic. This was awesome. Ever since Kairi Sane and Asuka became a tag team, this is no doubtly the best they've ever looked, in my opinion. They looked great in this match. Great. After the match, the Horsewomen come down to confront Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox, Shayna Baszler, Marina Shafir, and Jasmine Duke, and then they're beating up Nox and Dakota Kai. Shayna Baszler is getting ready to stomp on Tegan Nox's elbow, but not so fast, because out comes Rhea Ripley. She's staring down Baszler for a bit before Io Shirai comes down to attack Rhea Ripley. And then Candice LeRae comes down, and then Bianca Belair comes down, and all these 9 women are brawling, and there's security and officials and agents that are coming to separate this brawl, and then you got the heels on the outside, and you got the faces on the inside of the ring, and then William Regal is standing on the podium, and he says, "I got one easy solution for this." 2 words, man. 2. historic words. War Games. Oh my god. Oh my god. The women are going to make history. Now, it was confirmed that Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley are going to be the team captains for each team at War Games. I'm pretty sure Rhea's team is going to be her, Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, and Tegan Nox. And Shayna Baszler's team is going to be Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and I'm not really sure who the other one's going to be. It's probably going to be one of the horsewomen. So we'll see how that goes and who's on which team. But I'm so happy for the NXT women, guys. They totally deserve it. They're the best women's division in the world, no question. This segment was awesome. It was amazing. And all these women, they deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. They've been killing it in NXT, and I couldn't be more happier for the women's division in NXT. This was a huge moment, and I just wanted to be TakeOver War Games already because this is going to be a banger. This is going to be a banger. This might be the best match of the entire night. This is my favorite segment on the show. Next up, we had Tyler Bate versus Cameron Grimes. A match, last week I said that this match was going to be really good. And this match was really good. With the short time and after that incredible segment, the crowd was kind of dead for this. So they were put in a difficult spot. I'm just going to fast forward to the end. Tyler Bate was on the outside. He saw Killian Dane. And when Tyler Bate got back in the ring, Cameron Grimes did a double stomp. 1, 2, 3. And then Dane attacked Tyler Bate after that match with Cameron Grimes. So it looks like we're going to get a feud between Tyler Bate and Killian Dane, which I think could be pretty decent in my opinion. I think that could be pretty good. Small dude like Tyler Bate versus a big guy like Killian Dane, I think could be a really good match. So that's that. Next week, Kathy Kelly announced that next week we're going to get a rematch between Pete Dunne and Damian Priest on NXT. So that should be really exciting. And then the main event, we had a tag team match with the Undisputed Era versus Matt Riddle and Keith Lee. And this was a really great main event, guys. This was a great main event. And I was really nervous that they were going to have Riddle and Keith Lee win this match. Why? I don't know. I just had a bad feeling about it. But at the end, Bobby Fish ends up pinning Matt Riddle after Keith Lee shoulder tackles Adam Cole into Roderick Strong. That was an incredible spot with a great ending to a really great match. And then NXT closed out with Tommaso Ciampa coming out, beating up the entire Undisputed Era, getting some help from Riddle, getting some help from Keith Lee, and Ciampa said he's coming for the Undisputed Era. So it looks like we could have 2 War Games matches, man. With the other one being Undisputed Era versus Ciampa, Lee, Riddle, and the other guy, I think, will be the Velveteen Dream. If that's the case, this show is going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait for TakeOver War Games, man. It's going to be an incredible night of professional wrestling. With that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. Like I said in the previous videos, we're going to try to put out great content for you guys right here on the Big Fight Field channel. So you're going to want to subscribe. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Joseph Conlon. I'm up to 630 followers on Twitter. Thank you to the people that have followed me recently on Twitter. Um, yeah, guys. Um, Happy Halloween. And we'll see you tomorrow for the AEW review right here on the Big Fight Field channel. Have a good night.